Stolen valuables, identity theft, date rape. These are dangers faced by college students all across the country. And today, Chief Warner Sumpter is going to talk about how to avoid them right here on Discover UMES in the studio. Stay tuned. Chief Sumpter, welcome to Discover UMES in the studio.
Well, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
We wanted to bring you here to talk about some tips to keep students safe, knowing that students across the country on campuses face dangers. The first tip may seem obvious, but I bet not everyone follows it, which is protect your valuables. What kind of pitfalls do students fall into?
Oh, there are many for that one. The first is they bring valuables that probably they don't even need to have at campus that have high value. I would choose very careful what you're going to bring to campus. Bring those items that you can protect, things that will fit into a foot locker or into a safe so that you can protect the valuables. Now, some items, they are too large, such as a TV or maybe an Xbox or something like that. Make sure you know the serial number and the model number in case they should become a victim to a theft. But it's basically just know what your valuables are, keeping track of them, keeping them with you at all times, because your dorm rooms are never always safe. And when you're moving about campus, you've got to be aware where your book bags are, where your purse is, other items.
And that was interesting, the first point you made about bringing things you don't even need. Give us an example of something that a college student brings that they think is great, but they maybe shouldn't even have on campus?
Jewelry that is extremely valuable. Some people will bring family heirlooms, irreplaceable. Those things, if they mean that much to you and to your family, leave them at home and enjoy them there.
Good tip. Next, let's talk about protecting your information, because information is just traded and given so freely nowadays. But what do students need to remember?
What they need to know is that everything is on their cards, their hall card, their credit cards. They should never share account numbers to any bank accounts. They should never share PIN numbers to debit or credit cards. They should keep checks and checking account numbers. Social security numbers for identity theft. All these things need to be protected. They need to be considered the value of them, and sometimes they're much more valuable than a TV or the Xbox or whatever else it might be, the iPod.
Okay, and now let's talk about the campus, because students can actually play a role in protecting their campus, because if they see something suspicious or even witness a crime, then what's the first thing that they should do?
They should immediately report it to public safety. Let us know what's happening. But it's not only if they see a crime, if they see something that's unusual, trust their instincts and report it. If there's somebody lurking around one of the academic buildings, they don't look like a student, or even if they do, but they're acting suspicious, let us know so we can check it out. And then we'll find out if they are a student. And carry their ID card. They must carry their hall card at all times. It's a requirement. They have to show it to anybody of authority in the university. And that's one of the ways we make sure that the people on campus are students and belong here, and not someone with a ulterior motive.
And that's a perfect segue into number 4, which is don't be a target, because when students are walking across campus late at night, coming from the library, coming from a party, they may be alone, then what is it, though, that, what rules should they follow?
Well, first off, they should make sure that if they have a handbag or a book bag, it's secured to their body or they have it protected, because there will be people that will just try and snatch and run. But also, don't carry a lot of cash or a lot of valuables, and make sure you travel in groups of 2 or more, travel in the lighted and well-traveled areas, and if there is no one to travel with, or it's something that just doesn't seem right, call for an escort. Either public safety, a police officer, a security officer, or student security will come meet the person and escort them back to the room or wherever it is they're going to, especially leaving from the library, going to one of the distant locations on campus.
And that's a great resource to have right here on campus, an escort service where someone can come and pick you up. Is that only if the person is in a campus building, or say they, run out of gas down the street in Princess Anne? I mean, how far does that go that a student can call?
We're primarily for the university. So yes, the university campus itself, which is our jurisdiction, is where we would be. However, if a student does have trouble and it's off campus and we can go there without putting the campus at risk, we will do that, because they are students, they are under our charge and our care, and we want their safety both on and off campus to be successful and a good experience for them.
Excellent. Another serious matter, number 5, reporting date rape. A student may be afraid that this horrible thing has happened to them. Is there any protection for someone who does come forward, though? Has that courage to come forward?
Absolutely. What we have, unfortunately, it happens. It happens with alcohol, and we have had known experiences not on campus but off campus in the area with date rape drugs. So be aware that they are there. Be aware that there's consumption of alcohol, and you need to be mindful that if you are going to party, to make sure you have someone with you that's a designated cognitive person, instead like a designated driver, who will be there, that if someone consumes too much, to look out for your welfare and make sure you get to where you need to be, or if someone were to use a date rape drug on you, that they can sense that and get you to assistance, or call public safety or police. Know who you're with, know who the people are, but still do precautions that will protect you, and then report it, because if it does happen, we will make sure that you are protected. There are things we use with the judicial code and with the criminal code to protect the individual, and you may be preventing another person from having the same experience.
And of course, no one is condoning underage drinking. It's just that very often students make poor choices, and that is part of what public safety is here to help address. So thank you, first of all, for keeping our students here on campus as safe as possible, and thank you for joining us on Discover UMES in the studio.
Thank you for allowing us to be here and share this information.
Great, and thank you for joining us on Discover UMES in the studio. We'll see you next time.